herzlich willkommen zurück. So, heute geht's lustig weiter mit der Familie Finch. So, mal gucken, wo es hier weitergeht. Ach, die Tür war zu mit Bauschaum. Ach, wir sind von hier gekommen, ne? Aber hier geht's nicht nirgendwo weiter. Nee. Okay, dann gehen wir hier anscheinend wieder zurück.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Hier kann ich gerne noch nirgendwo weiter rein.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Tja. Ist das irgendwie schon wieder ziemlich dunkel. Da mag ich sie da ein bisschen, doch wieder ein bisschen. So, ne? Ja, so ist gut. Gut, dann hoch. Nee, dann. Wir sind jetzt von Barbara gekommen. Da war das. Dann gehen wir da die Treppe noch hoch. Ich hab da jetzt irgendwie nichts weiter gesehen.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Achso, dann holen wir jetzt den Schlüssel. Wir wissen ja jetzt, wie es geht. Dank Barbara.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Was ist das? Was zu essen? Achso. Schaumstoff. So, dann gehen wir jetzt in den Keller. Entschuldigung. Entschuldigung.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Naja, so schlimm ist der Killer ja jetzt noch nicht. Keller halt, ne?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Ja. Dann leg doch mal... Das ist wirklich sehr aufgeräumt hier. Die Vorratskammer, ne? Sehr schön.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Okay. Da wo hier überall Bücher stehen, ne? Also gefühlt müssen hier, weiß
I
ich
know
nicht,
it's out there somewhere.
30 Leute gewohnt haben. 40.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Ja. Ist das jetzt hier so eine gute Idee?
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Das ist eine gute Idee
I'm
ist.
going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Dachte ich mir. Das ist natürlich sehr unglücklich jetzt.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Ich bin doch trotzdem irgendwie schwanger.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Eben. Das habe ich mir
I
nämlich
don't
auch
want to make the same mistakes she made.
überall essen. Peanut Butter. Wo ist die Jelly?
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Ja. Vielleicht.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Tja.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Oh, voll schön.
And the history you're a part of.
Was ist das da hinten? Ich kann doch jetzt nicht ins Wasser gehen. Oder doch? Nee. Oh, die Treppe habe ich nicht gesehen. Aber das ist voll schön. Was wohl da hinten ist. Das sieht irgendwie auch aus wie so. Als würde da irgendwo hingehen. Ah, vielleicht
Though to
kommen
be
wir da.
honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Maybe.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Bestimmt.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness,
Das ist die Schaukel.
any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Tja. Gute Frage.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Steht doch jemand drin. Was siehst du denn? Ist so detailverliebt eigentlich, ne? Also.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Kriegt man das irgendwie schärfer gestellt? Ah, okay.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Jo.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Ja.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Schöne Aussicht. Und alles wieder recycelt, also die Flaschen. Fireplace.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's this. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always going to be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was going to be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
To tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad,
Just breathe.
Ach nö.
Let me get behind you.
Aber jetzt nicht der.
do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Nein!
Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Nicht schön.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about it.
Dad!
Tja. Ich würde sagen, das ist Karma, aber.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Den hätten die doch bestimmt nicht gegessen. Gibt's hier noch irgendwas anderes Schönes zum Sehen? Also,
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh mein Gott, oh mein Gott. Oh, das ist so schlimm.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. Father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it. Though he'd never met her. We don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now we're down to husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power, but all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
gar nicht, was ich dazu sagen soll, tatsächlich. Wirklich nicht.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Mhm. 1986.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Das ist alles so hält, ne?
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Great job.
The end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Mhm.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Ach, da wissen wir gar nicht, ob der tot ist. Voll schön. Das sieht doch aus wie eine Tür. Krass. Ist das schön. Die Aussicht, ne? Ist wie krass eigentlich so, ne? Finde ich.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Achso, jetzt fängt das wieder an. Okay, gut. Ich habe aus Versehen losgelassen.
before when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Die haben ja anscheinend alle sehr gern gelesen.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Ich dachte, da gibt's noch mit. Hätte ja sein können. Jetzt müssen wir noch weiter hoch, ne? Kann das sein? Oder sind wir von ganz oben gekommen? Nee.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Ah, okay. Das ist immer eine etwas andere Definition von Hausboot, würde ich sagen. Aber cool. Wo kommen wir jetzt darin? Ich muss hier mal kurz gucken.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room, except Louis.
Achso, da kommen wir nicht weiter. Dann muss ich doch hier irgendwie darüber, ne? Kann das sein? Frag mich die ganze Zeit, wie die da Frischwasser und so was alles. Also ist wahrscheinlich total irrelevant jetzt, aber.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Aber nice, ne? Oh, guck mal hier. Eine Wonderland Toe.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Also hat er so gespielt wie ich. Nämlich nicht so berauschend gut.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads.
Gar nicht so einfach. Da 100 Sachen auf immer zu machen.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried
Prima,
about
hat so noch in
him,
3D.
daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Ob das so clever ist.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oha, ehrlich.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for radiant rainbows.
Juhu. Regenbögen. Gott, ist so.
He followed the sound of his electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Ja.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Ja, anders kannst du so eine Arbeit auch nicht machen. Also wirklich nicht.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Kann ich winken? Ich würde gern winken. Ja, hier bin ich, ja. Euer König. Euer zukünftiger.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
Seine Schwester. Irgendjemand. Achso, ich muss laufen.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. down his head.
Nein.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Ja. So, jetzt sind wir hier in dem coolen Hausboot, nenne ich es mal. Und dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin, tschüss, reingehauen.